Everybody, hey, welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your Wednesday. And we've got to talk about the Acolyte. Oh man, it's over. Hey, is this the last time, guys? Is this the last time? Will this be the last time that we talk about the Acolyte? I mean, you tell me, chat. What do you think? Is this going to be the last time? And I guess, you know, I guess we could talk about it a little bit more. Oh, wait. Tweaking stuff over here. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess what we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the last episode. I'll sort of give my thoughts on it. I actually have mixed feelings on it. There were some stuff that I liked in the episode. There's a lot of stuff that's like real dumb. And I think overall the show, yeah, I think overall it's kind of a stinker of a show. And I also want to talk about today. I want to talk about some of the data that's come out for it, because Star Wars is in pretty rough shape, and this show in particular has been rejected by normies in a way that I have not really seen, I guess, since Andor. But some of the data we're going to look at today, and some of the reporting out there, is actually suggesting that it is far worse than even Andor in the way that fans have rejected it. It's pretty wild, man. And I think, you know, one of the reasons that I kind of liked the article that was in Puck is the Puck article addresses something that we've been talking about for a while. And that's like, it's wild that Bob Iger is out here talking about Marvel, talking about Pixar, talking about all these different things, but he's not really saying anything about Star Wars. And I think it's because Star Wars itself, as opposed to a lot of other brands that are under Disney, I mean, it is in complete disarray to the point that it will do nothing but hurt Disney overall to even talk about it in a setting with investors. So, my God, what a crazy time. What a ridiculous show. What a ridiculous fall off from the brand of Star Wars. And so we're going to touch on that a little bit today. I've got some other things that I want to talk about. Some comic book stuff. There's some cool stuff being said about Doctor Doom that I want to talk about because that's kind of crazy. There's a panel where, oh, it's Marvel Podcast Day. Jesus Christ. There's a panel where Kevin Feige is going to be sitting down with C.B. Cebulski, editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics. And they actually have a panel planned for Thursday, I believe. We'll double-check this. But I believe it's Thursday where they're actually going to talk about Marvel Comics. And I believe talk a little bit about some of the connective tissue between Marvel Comics and Marvel Studios. That's something we've been covering and talking about here, right? There's more updates about the Nick Cage Spider-Man thing. Pretty Nicky, thank you so much. Good to see you. Yeah, there's a couple things we'll get into today. So should be a fun show. And of course, later tonight for the members, we're going to continue our deep dive on Deadpool. We're going to be continuing watching some of the Deadpool stories, watching some comic historian videos of him, touching on some Deadpool stories, and I think that's really cool. I did want to say, and I wanted to ask you guys, I wanted to ask chat. So I was supposed to do a Twitch thing yesterday. I ended up getting caught up with some extra work, and so I was mostly just focused on handling that. But I do want to do something on Twitch this week, just for the Twitch people. And I've been thinking about maybe Saturday morning, we do a little Twitch stuff. Rossi, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate you. Been thinking about doing a Saturday morning thing where maybe we watch the first Deadpool movie, actually, and kind of just get into the zone, getting ready for Deadpool and Wolverine, which happens next week. So as opposed to doing a watch party on YouTube, on Twitch, we can basically just have the movie there playing, which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice to be able to just have the movie there and be able to watch it together. So I was thinking we could do that. I messaged you on LinkedIn. Oh man, LinkedIn. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I can't remember the last time that I logged into LinkedIn. I don't even know if I could log into it right now if I tried. I don't even know what email it is. So, my God. LinkedIn. Blast from the past. Anyways, how are you guys doing? What's up on your guys' end? Anything interesting that you guys want to talk about today? And of course, I appreciate the love in chat. Darth says, not even Plagueis could save that dumpster fire. You know, I agree with you, but here's what's ironic. I actually enjoyed this episode. I did. I know. It's crazy, and I'll explain it. I'll explain why I enjoyed it, but why ultimately the show is still a stinker. And then John Krause, of course, is trying to get me to watch the Marvel podcast. Rossi says that freaking otter. Dude, I was thinking of you when the otter guy stopped Saul from shooting May or whatever. I was thinking of you, bro. How high are you, Josh? I don't know what you're talking about, but yes. Apparently, set up a perimeter means everyone follow the tracker in Star Wars. True. Why did he wreck the ship? Oh, man, I mean... That's a good question, man. I don't know how to answer that question. Why did the otter do that? Yeah, no, I have no idea. I mean, do you guys know? It would appear that the otter... Can you believe this is where the fucking Star Wars conversations have gone? We're dead ass sitting here like, yo, wait a minute. What's this? What's the otter? So the otter was the only character that did some shit, seemingly like pushing the plot forward. What's the deal though? What the hell? What was that dog water I forced myself to drink last night? I don't know what it was, but I hope it's not going to be too bad for you today, man. That could be rough to get over. Milzy says 2 out of 10. Pretty disappointed overall. Don't want a season 2 with current writers. No hope for Skeleton Crew. Will you sign a Funko Pop? Where would I send it? Yeah, I can sign a Funko Pop. Look, right now I actually have to reset up my PO box. You guys want to hear something like this? I got to get my shit together a little bit, you know? Because I got to get that PO box set up. I'm missing out, dude. I had several offers where basically like companies were going to send me awesome Deadpool shit, awesome Star Wars stuff. And I screwed it up because I literally just don't go to the post office and set the stupid thing up again. I had a PO box at one time. The bank like switched my card and I never went in to correct it. So they just shut it down. I got to get in there and do it. Is Josh A or Josh B hosting today? I don't know what that means. What the fuck does that mean? That's what Otter Rossi's do. We wreck shit. I mean, he did wreck shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Too poor for a PO box. I know, bro. That fucking song at the end, dude, I was pacing my room. Utter disappointment. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, you know what we should do? First, everybody needs to smash the like button because I'm about to remove the poll that reminds everybody to smash the like button. So you better smash the goddamn like button. But let's go to the polls here. And I'd like to know what you guys thought of this episode. Maybe we'll start there. What did you think of this episode? Yeah, I know. Bars. PB Kinraid. Thanks for the 10, brother. Give me 1 second here. How did you feel about the last Acolyte episode? Maybe ever. Maybe ever. Hopefully ever. Okay. Loved it. Liked it. Meh. And hated it. Boom. Okay, so get in there. Get in there. And also, just want to say what's up to the Twitch people. What's up to the people watching on Twitter. I'm trying to get better at watching all the chats. So sorry if I don't. Sorry if I'm ignoring you guys sometimes. My bad. BBP Kingraid says, I can't understand why purchase Star Wars, all the lore that comes with it, a hardcore nerd fan base that loves all the Legends material, scrap it, remake it, half-ass it, and shun the fans who don't like it. Yep. Not a great plan, huh? So I appreciate the question. We will actually get into detail about this because, you know, look, I want to talk about the Acolyte. I want to talk about the episode. I want to talk about the season, but then I want to talk about some data, okay? And I posted this on Twitter yesterday, and I think some people, like, I think a lot of people are interested in it. Some people are skeptic of what the data suggests, but I want to clear it all up because, I mean, Acolyte is performing abysmally. That's number one. Number two, and maybe more to what your question was, the people that were breaking this down we're taking the perspective of, like, why is this happening? Why is there generally a decline in Star Wars overall? And why is there an issue with stories that don't play upon nostalgia doing way worse than other shows? And is this ultimately the strategy that Disney Star Wars took kind of manifesting itself? Like the cows coming home, so to speak. It's a really interesting conversation, actually. I think there's some nuance to it. I think Star Wars has almost done every possible thing that you can do incorrectly. They've fucked up almost every single thing that they should have done better. And yeah, we will get into that, man. But yeah, look, it's sad times, you know, when it comes to Star Wars. But it's also just the case that, like, this is where we're at with Star Wars. This is what we're going through as a fan base. And so it's totally fair to just, look, the latest show came out. This was a swing at the fences from Lucasfilm. This was a different kind of show, different strategy with this show. And it has essentially, in my opinion, blown up in their face completely. But we also live in this sort of upside down world where Kathleen Kennedy feels separated from merit and consequence. So, like, I almost expect her, I said this before, but I almost expect her contract to be extended. I almost expect a season 2 of Acolyte to be greenlit. And that is despite everything we're going to talk about today, basically painting the picture that they fucked it up. They fucked it up. So. Pretty damn crazy. Okay, so let's see. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at this poll result. Oh, my God. I did not expect this. So, loved it. 4%. Liked it. 11%. Meh. 33%. And then 51% of people hated the episode. Wow. That's really strong, man. Those are strong. Those are strong emotions. Why'd you guys hate it? I don't even know if I hated it. I just think the show's trash. Java says cameos don't mean shit when the story is trash. And I don't think they realize that unless they really thought they were cooking. Yeah, they might have thought they were cooking, bro. They might have thought they were cooking. I mean, that's the saddest part of like the current state of Lucasfilm. It's like you question sometimes, like, does Kathy even understand how bad she's fucking this up? Or is everybody around her just gaslighting her and she doesn't realize? You know, like that. That is a genuine question I have. The Sink Lord says, I felt like my mind was wiped after watching this. Not bad. Not bad. Rachi says, can we do a poll? What's worse, Acolyte or TLJ and Rise? Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Remind me later if I forget about that. Tyler says, a lot of things I could say, but just glad it's over. Hyped for Deadpool, no Avengers for life. Oh, hell yeah. Thank God, man. We don't have to linger on this too long. Next week, we have the MCU is back week. Because we've got Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm so excited for that shit. We've got an incredible panel, which we will discuss today. Saturday night. I think the beginning part of the panel is one thing. And then once we get to 7... going into 7:30 and it's time for FEIGE, that's when shit's gonna pop off, and I will explain my feelings on that. But yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. Lord Jon Snow says writing was pretty bad, thought it had some good ideas, maybe season 2 will be better. Yeah, totally fair. BBK in raid says sorry for the rant, just Pelagus cameo sent me. Oh yeah, it's absolutely awful. The Plagueis thing, look, I'm going to get into my thoughts about the whole episode here in a second, but I will just say I agree with you, and I agree with people that thought the Plagueis cameo was whack. Like, it's so bad, dude. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. First of all, that sucks. Second of all, I really hope that's not the only thing they're going to do. And of course, it was. Why did the Gopher man pull out the wires? What the fuck, man? Yeah, I don't get it either, bro. I don't really understand his motivations. So, yeah. Locationary says, I will keep saying it until Kathleen's ears are gone. $180 million? $180 million smackaroos? It is pretty crazy to think about. Pretty damn wasteful, in my opinion. Freck says, is there actually hope for Star Wars? No. It has become so bad that I don't even care when things become worse just because I choose not to see it as canon. Okay. Oh, man, Star Wars. Oh, man, Star Wars. Derek, thanks for the 5 spot. No message, though. Just H says, stop watching The Acolyte after episode 3. Should I binge it now that it's finished, or I should skip it and never look back? Let me think about that. I gotta be honest with you, brother. I really don't think it's worth your time. I really don't think it's worth your time. I would not watch it. I would watch something else. I mean, that's the other thing is like, what the fuck, Star Wars? There's literally great entertainment all around us. And just because I liked a bunch of your movies and shows when George was making it, now you just got me for fucking life checking out your mediocre bitch ass self. I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel right. So like, no, I don't think it's worth your time, brother. Fuck this show. JJ Lamont says, it was the best episode, but hated it because why not do this the whole time instead of wasting 7 episodes on BS? Yeah, so that's kind of the overall feeling I had last night when I was watching it. And of course, I was watching it with my wife. We were just kind of kicking it. We both kind of had this thought of like, where was all this shit for like the whole season? Because there's some stuff that's cool. Like I thought the scene with the ship going inside that sort of ring around the planet, that's kind of cool. Visually, that was interesting. The gopher dude makes no sense there, but whatever. Whoever that black dude was that came in and started talking to the green bald whip lady, that dude was awesome. In one scene, he's more interesting and charismatic than like a lot of the other characters. Where the fuck was this guy? Where the fuck was this guy in this season? You're going to dangle that shit right at the end too? Stupid. But he was cool. Lightsaber fighting in this episode, pretty cool. I know some people have mixed feelings about the kung fu, karate wire work stuff. I think it's cool and it works. Not all of it was great, but it was fun. So I thought that was cool. even like the bleeding of the crystal was cool, although I would have made it a little bit more visually interesting. So there's some cool stuff in this episode, and it did kind of leave me feeling like, why wasn't the rest of the show more like this? You know? Like, so I absolutely did have that feeling. Meet Normus says, the fight choreography was dope, but the space chase was fine until the damn otter. Yep, true. 3 seconds of cameos and Costco pack of trash writing. Yeah, no, 100%. Let me see here. Hang on now. J. Robbins says, randomly throwing OG characters like Yoda and Darth Plagueis felt like clickbait on top of leaving it so open-ended with almost no questions answered. Yeah, so let's just stop on one thing. You know, we're answering everybody's questions, so we're a little all over the place here. But let's just stop on one thing here. The cameo thing is so disappointing to me because I love the cameos in a lot of stuff. We've talked about this before, right? The glub shitto thing. I like cameos. Okay, like I'll admit it, like I do. I liked a lot of the cameos in season 2 of The Mandalorian, you know, like Luke Skywalker, duh, like that shit was awesome. But even before that, you know, you got Bo-Katan. It was just, it's interesting to see it because it feels like it's a lived-in universe. But this is like, it doesn't feel like that at all. This feels like literal key dangling. I was so mad when I saw the Plagueis thing because look, on one hand, could Darth Plagueis be creeping around with his hood up? Sure. You know, in the book, which is so revered, and I think so many Star Wars fans love the Darth Plagueis novel, he is a Mun banker, affluent and wise, and has status within the Empire. People know who he is, and he has status. He will occasionally, though, throw up the hood and go full ninja Sith style. So that happens, but the way he's used in this scene, I do feel is disrespectful. There's some people online who are like, nah, it's not disrespectful. It feels disrespectful to me, dude, because you have reduced Plagueis to a creepy, behind-the-scenes dude. And that is going to be a lot of people's first impression of that character, period. It's also the first time that character's ever been in live action. Like, are you kidding me? Like, let me just throw the actual opposite scene here. That would be fantastic, right? You have the black dude at the end, which, by the way, he shouldn't have been at the end. He should have been more involved in the show. The Republic should have had investigations on the Jedi much earlier. You have the brilliant representative from the Mun planet, and then you just have Plagueis there. Like, and it's almost like what they did with the prequels. We see Palpatine, and he's introduced as a politician, but you fucking know, bro. Like, you know, maybe not everybody knew, but you know there's something creepy behind there, something menacing behind there. It's interesting. I would have just done that with Plagueis. Like, have Plagueis be a part of the show, have him be right there in front of everybody's face, and nobody knows. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would have done Plagueis. Not have him be this creepy dude looking around the corner at these two lovers. Like, it's just such a weird scene. Like, it really does feel like nobody on set, or maybe nobody in the writer's room, or just nobody there, was like, yeah, but Leslie, like, love you, but this is just not a good idea. Like, it's not going to make a visual impact. It's not going to make fans actually get excited. It doesn't really have any bearing on the fucking story. I think we could do better. Like, why is that happening? And it feels to me, and this is speculation, what I'm about to say right now. But it feels like a lot of these situations with shows like She-Hulk, or a show like The Acolyte, or a movie like Eternals, you end up getting into this weird optics situation where tried and true producers, writers, directors, people within that system know that this young up-and-coming female creator is making a mistake here. But they don't want to say anything or do anything because they don't want to be perceived as the person that's scolding or taking agency away from this young female talent. And that just feels so fucking stupid to me. And I think that's happening a lot with a lot of these shows. It's like a true disservice to even the women because the product ends up coming out and not being good, which hurts their career. And so it's like the studio just wants to pat themselves on the back and feel good while not caring about the talent or the audience. It's like it's so fucking weird to me that is how I feel a lot of this stuff goes, you know? Because some of this stuff is, to me, it just feels so objectively bad, so obviously not good, that the only way it gets passed through all of the people that would quality control over there is if they're just afraid to say anything. They're just afraid that it would look bad. They'd literally rather put out some mid-ass shit than be like, oh, hey, you person that has this vision, this idea, it's bad. It's not good, actually. You know what I mean? JJ Lamont, thanks for gifting a membership. Appreciate you, man. Zach Wild says, just finished the Fate of the Jedi series. Wow, great books, dude. I couldn't take the dynamic shift between Jedi and Sith. The Sith from Legends were straight up savages. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Rob Cart says, lightsaber fight seemed like I was watching Sharknado. I've never seen Sharknado, but now I kind of want to watch it. No, I like the lightsaber fighting, dude. I thought it was cool. Reed94 says, so does the entire Skywalker saga not happen if Plagueis doesn't learn to create the power of life from what happened on Brendok? Yeah, I would say the best thing you can do for yourself as a fan is ignore as much as you can of this show. Just put it from your mind. Don't think of it as canon. Think of it like Secret Invasion in Marvel. Like, the Secret Invasion show was so bad that we just act like it didn't happen around here, you know? And I think that it is indeed the way to treat this show. Caden says, I haven't watched Acolyte, but the fact that Mundy and Plagueis are there tells me all I need to know. Kathy, Dave, and Leslie don't care. Star Wars is dead. Yeah, I mean, insert my sort of obligatory defense of Dave, which is getting harder and harder to continue to muster. But I'll still do it. No, it's not Dave's fault. Leon says, if the crystal bleeding in Jedi Survivor was more exciting, to be honest, watch that scene and compare it to this. I don't remember that from Jedi Survivor, but I can imagine. I mean, it's a cool idea. Here's my problem with it. You have $180 million on this budget. I don't know what you're spending it on, but I would have selected a few scenes and been like, can we like add some really cool visual effects here? So the bleeding of the crystal would have been one. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just not visually as impactful as it should be. That's a really cool thing that happens with Sith, Jedi, etc. And yeah, it was kind of lame. Trev says, the way the crystal bleeds in this episode probably means the Luke Skywalker saber should have been bled by Anakin, by Luke, etc. Yeah, so if you start kind of thinking of it that way, you're going to run into all sorts of contradictions. Again, I'm just trying to just ignore it as canon as much as possible, you know? And you know what? Look, I'll stop for a second here and make a point that I was going to make later, but I'll make it right now. One of the real reasons this whole show is so frustrating to me as a fan is because it's obvious that Kathy is trying to do two things at once. She's trying to continue to play the nostalgia bait, game with a lot of Star Wars content. Otherwise, she wouldn't be greenlighting like Kenobi, Boba, things like that. So they've been trying that. But they're also desperate to try to find a new direction for Star Wars. Andor is an example of them attempting that. This show is an example of them attempting that. And I think the thing that frustrates me so badly is out of all the creatives that are out there, out of all of the people that Lucasfilm could have courted for a show or a movie, etc., why is it Leslie Headland that basically gets the farm and carte blanche to do whatever she wants? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like Andor, but Tony Gilroy is a pretty accomplished dude, obviously very capable. You know what I mean? But even he is like, constrained by the show, the timeline, the other movie, all of these different things, right? Acolyte was like the first show where they were like, okay, we'll fit it into the timeline, but we're fitting it into a place that nobody really knows about because nobody reads the High Republic. So we can pretty much do whatever we want. And it's like so frustrating that they would give that license and that cripplage to a person like Leslie, who like just after the show, and I haven't seen her other stuff like Russian Dolls or whatever, but yeah, I mean, this show literally changed my opinion of her as a creative person. This show is not good. If you are the person that's going to talk that shit, you better be able to walk that walk. And I just don't see it. I don't see it at all, man. This is such a messy, unsatisfying, unfulfilled show. And it's just a bummer. There's a lot of really talented, like, for instance, even, I'm blanking on her name. The lady that did all of the Kenobi show. I'm blanking on her name, but she was a director. She did some episodes of Mando, and then all of a sudden she gets the Kenobi show. Dude, I would have preferred her to get something like Acolyte as opposed to Kenobi. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why is she... So she's like super talented. She's super good. So then they bring her in and give her a show that was a movie, got rewritten into a show, and then got rewritten again into an even more lame-ass show. Like, how is that? It's just so weird. Their strategy over there, like, they need to fire everybody, bro. They need to fire everybody and just bring in completely fresh new talent, because what they're doing is so silly. They're doing, like, lackluster, watered-down nostalgia bait, and then lackluster, watered-down versions of what Star Wars could be that is they're just obviously not clicking with the main audience. It's crazy. Deborah Chow. Yeah, that's her name. Tim Davis says, this is my first time. I only stayed watching to stay in the loop on Shit Talk. My girlfriend asked for the last month, why were we still watching? Hated this show. Interesting. Appreciate the love, Tim. Wolf says, haven't seen the show, but it's so funny that Pelagus and Yoda are in a show together and people hated it. That is such a good point. I think that basically hits the nail on the head, because you have to realize, like, what's happened to Star Wars. They've been fucking it up so bad that they can't even reach for the nostalgia bait member berries anymore. Like, that shit just didn't work. Like, it's crazy. And these are two of the most juicy characters that you can have in a Star Wars show. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Vault-Tech Spy says, couldn't watch Acolyte after episode 2, watching One Piece. Being a 25-plus-year-old IP is still more refreshing than anything new that's being released. Yep. And I think that's a big problem. And that's, you know, we're going to get into the article a little bit later, the sort of chart and the data that I shared. But that's the real concern for Star Wars, is that they basically fucked it up so much that the well they've been going back to of nostalgia is completely dried up. Everything they've tried that furthers Star Wars beyond the Skywalkers, beyond a lot of the nostalgic characters, has failed. Other than Mandalorian, which I think in part is aided by a lot of stuff like Filoni, you know, Favreau. They got really lucky that Baby Yoda really connected with people, but even that's been over-commercialized. Like, Star Wars, it's just a mess. Like, they just don't know how to manage this IP. They've tried breaks. Like, think about this. Kathy asked Bob Iger to take a break from going into the movie theater so she could recalibrate the brand. And then she basically turned it into a TV show brand and still oversaturated and made the audience check out even more. So the whole idea of taking a break from the movies was to sort of create a sense of missing the brand in theaters, giving you, you know, a time away from it so that you would get the hype back, right? And they've done the opposite. Like, I can't wait to see what these Star Wars movies do in the theaters. I don't think it's going to be good, guys. I think it's going to be pretty bad. Hang on now. I'm trying to catch up on my chats. Morjat says, I like the finale, music, dialogue, fights. but was a little too late to redeem the show for me. Injecting Plagueis and Yoda like that was a mistake. In my opinion, that should have been episode 2 or 3. Yeah, I agree. So let me just say this too. I like the final episode, but I think I explained this perfectly on Twitter when I was talking to Geekdom. The reason I liked this episode is because I had already given up hope on the story, like whatever the fuck the story was. I do not care about Osha and May. I thought the twists and reveals in episode 7 were abysmally, mind-numbingly bad. So for me, I was like, dude, I do not care basically about any of these characters. I just want to see some cool Star Wars shit. And I thought there was cool Star Wars shit in the finale. And I thought more cool Star Wars shit than in a lot of these other episodes. So it's like, it's weird because I will admit I liked it. But I think part of liking it was I had given up completely on the show, being able to execute a satisfying ending, being able to make me like any of these characters, care about the show in any real way. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So that's how I was able to sort of get to a positive place with the finale, was to set my expectations into the basement, basically. Rossi says, what are the chances for Acolyte Season 2 happening? Ooh, that's a good question. Chat, what do you think? What do you think the chances are of Acolyte Season 2? Like, be real. Be real. What do you think the chances are? Give me a percentage chance here. And then I want to catch up on my chats from Locationary. So let me find that. Like, seriously, what do you guys think the chances here? Okay. 60%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 10%, 50-50, 9%. Out of spite, she may renew it. Yep, totally. 1,000%. It's happening. 40%, 100%, 100%, 40%. 100. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you know what's... Dude, this is so sad. I just wish there were people at Disney that were paying attention to this. And I know that the Star Wars fan base is, you know, loud and toxic and obnoxious. Totally. I get it. I'm one of those. But I think at some point you have to be able to read the room, even if the room isn't necessarily communicating in a super mature way. Like, that's still data, right? Companies used to have to pay to get this kind of data about how people are feeling about their stuff. I just wish there was somebody over at Disney that was like, you know, I've looked around and motherfuckers hate what you've done to Star Wars. Like, a lot of them. It's so bad that the least watched Star Wars show, maybe the most universally hated Star Wars show, if you ask the fans, most of them believe you will just greenlight season 2 regardless of its object failure and of the total rejection from a large portion of the fan bases. Like, we're so far away from, like, reality that it's like talking about Star Wars, talking about Lucasfilm, talking about the future of this brand is like stepping in to Bizarro World, where it's like, whose line is it anyways? The points don't matter. The points don't matter. Like, holy shit. Okay. Anyway. Locationary says, I don't even get why they mind wiped her at the end. It felt so sudden and for no reason. And she's just like, sure, okay, mind wipe me. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. TVC says, who was the protagonist of this show? Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting one, too. But, you know, amidst all the chaos and bullcrappery, we do have to kind of recognize that ultimately Leslie made a show that glorified somebody going to the dark side and killing their Jedi master. Right? Like that, do we recognize that that's literally what she did? Because that's what she did, bro. Yeah. And, like, if that's what you think Anakin was, then, I don't know, brother. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing is just so weird, man. And the fact that, like, you know, again, and it's all just Leslie. Like, it is. It's some weird, you know, dark, perverted version of Star Wars. That's what it is. This is literally Leslie Headland Star Wars. You know what I mean? And look, dude, here's the thing. I'm saying that, but you have to understand, I don't have an issue with her having her own version of Star Wars. Every fan has their own. And you could go do fan fiction. You could go think of it this way. You could even fucking corner me at a convention and be like, here's what I actually think. And, like, you know, spit all your whatever. That's fine. That's fandom. But what we're talking about right now is that person was given the fucking job. They were given the nod. The company basically said, hey, your little weird, perverted version of Star Wars, let's put that in front of millions of people with our official logo, co-signing your weird little perverted version of Star Wars. That is what I have a problem with. Again, I don't inherently have a problem with Leslie having her own personal interpretation of Star Wars. Perfectly legitimate. The issue is the company's co-signing it. You know? Like, that's the mistake, which is why it ultimately falls to Kathy. That is why I will always and consistently try to sort of navigate so that the frustration arrives at the appropriate place, which is Kathy Kennedy. She is the person that continues to do this. Can you complete a sentence without cursing? I just did. I'm a infidel. And I won't even call you a motherfucker afterwards, you know? Because I'm growing as a person here, you know? I'm trying to elevate my shit. Okay. Where were we at on these chats here? Before we switch topics, don't forget Acolyte poll. Where's TLJ Rise Acolyte? Sorry. Yeah, let's see. That's a good one. We'll go to the polls on this. Let's go to the polls on this. Goddamn, that is crazy though. Seriously, Disney, you really should look at this. 51% of people hated this. 32% meh. You have 16% of people on the positive side. That is crazy, man. Holy shit. Okay. It's kind of interesting. What's worse? We'll go TLJ. Rise of the fake Skywalker. And then we'll go Acolyte. Acolyte, why'd you do it to us, Acolyte? Mojette says, canned Disney Plus and put my money to better use. Prime Venture, baby. Hey, I appreciate it, Mojette. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all the members, all the support. Thank you, guys. We're like, where are we at here? We're like 74% of the way there to our member goal. Appreciate all the love, man. Thank you, guys. And remember, this month, for every gifted membership you guys give, you get an extra entry into the $200 GameStop giveaway. It's pretty cool. Okay. OC Steve says, why are we still talking about this septic tank? Let's focus on SDCC is a week away and Deadpool. Can't wait to meet the fellow Nerdvengers on 7/27. Let's fucking go. Yeah, dude. So apparently you guys are doing a little meetup over at San Diego. I'm really jealous. Wish I could get over to San Diego and spend some time with y'all. Unfortunately, got daddy duties, and it's actually better for me to cover the show from home. Regardless. So, but yeah, dude, we're definitely gonna be focusing on that. In fact, we're wrapping up. Ooh, there's actually one more thing we got to talk about with the Acolyte, real quick, and then we'll move on to Deadpool. On to Deadpool. Dirty Nap says, really happy you watched this series, regardless of how god awful it was. Love hearing your takes and opinions on this nerdy shit we all love to hate. Take my money. Appreciate you, brother. Mr. Penguin says, do you think Dave is following Kathy to protect his job? And if she was gone, things would be different. I'd like to believe that, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to believe that, brother. We shall see. Delta Dan, thanks for gifting a membership. And then Locationary says, if a person not from the USA wins, can we get another copy of Unity instead of GameStop? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Get another copy of Unity instead of GameStop. You mean when we go to print for Unity, we just send you a copy of Unity instead? Please stand by. Says, imagine if Skeleton Crew is a surprise hit. Okay, let's all imagine that together, okay? Let's all imagine that together. Let's close our eyes and imagine that Skeleton Crew is a surprise hit. Hell yeah, that was nice, man. Thank you. The Exit says, Plagueis being hidden cave dweller really misses the mark. In Legends, he hides in plain sight, always moving pieces to achieve the grand plan. I wouldn't say always, but yes, that is the definitive depiction of Plagueis. It is the depiction you would go for if you were trying to respect the sort of canon love that people have for the character. So I'm mincing words a little bit. We overall agree. Locationary says, yeah, hard copy of Unity. Sorry, should have made that clear. Yeah, I mean, I think most people still like the $200 GameStop gift card. But yeah, we can figure something like that out. Jay Cross says, recently rewatched Apocalypse, and I like it more than I remember. Better than MOM for sure. You don't say that. You don't say that. Although X-Men Apocalypse, which I think is what you're talking about, X-Men Apocalypse has some cool moments for sure. The Magneto shit's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, let me show you. I want to show you guys something. We'll do this quickly. It seems like most of you are kind of like, hey, fuck Acolyte, like, let's just move on. And you know what? I'm all about it. However, I did want to mention just one thing. I wanted to bring this one thing to your attention here, because I think it really outlines just how bad things are for Star Wars. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got to look at this together. Now, look, as some people pointed out, this is just, it's, I guess, slightly misleading. I will explain it to you, though. It's actually not misleading because the picture it's painting is ridiculous. Okay? This is to compare total minutes watch time for the first 12 weeks of recent Star Wars shows. So this is the first 12 weeks. This is with only 5.5 weeks of data for the Acolyte. But the point is, even if you doubled where this show is currently at, it is coming far below Ahsoka Season 1 and Andor Season 1, which are coming in far below Kenobi, which is coming in far below the Book of Boba Fett. Now, there's a couple of articles that go along with this data. Okay, so the company themselves, Luminate, they're an analytics company. They work with the Hollywood trades. They're sort of on the come up as a sort of new, Patriot Analytics, Nielsen. They're trying to establish themselves, right? They have an article which really breaks down this data. Then there's an article written in Puck, which is behind a paywall. But Puck actually does some really great stuff, really great industry analysis, okay? And the thing that they're putting forward, especially in the Puck article, is that what you're seeing here is diminishing returns for Star Wars and a diminishing return for both strategies, for the nostalgia bait stuff and for the new stuff. Acolyte, Ahsoka, you could kind of argue, even though I think Ahsoka is a pretty well-established character. Just for normies, not so much, right? But Andor, Ahsoka, and Acolyte, you could argue are new IPs within Star Wars. Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, these are nostalgia grabs. Now, The Mandalorian continues to be the biggest thing that Star Wars has going on right now, according to this data. That's probably why they're making the movie. And I think that a lot of this was kind of solidified under two main things, Baby Yoda and also the Luke Skywalker cameos at the end of season 2. So this chart's pretty crazy, man. And the thing that they're talking about in the article is that Lucasfilm's overall strategy and the handling of the IP has really not worked. And you're seeing diminishing return on the nostalgia bait stuff. I mean, look at the drop-off here from Boba into Kenobi. That in and of itself is quite interesting because you would think Kenobi would have been this absolutely massive, like the biggest show, right? But I think Boba Fett was so weird and disappointing for so many people that basically, like, this is like Thor Love and Thunder. What I mean by that is, like, Thor Love and Thunder made $760 million worldwide. Okay? Pretty successful. But it was garbage. And it pissed off a lot of Marvel fans. So that then the next movie, which I think was Quantumania, was even worse. It was like 500 million. So, like, they're going for this, like, nostalgia thing, and it's having the opposite effect. It's the opposite effect. So this chart basically shows two things. Number one, major diminishing returns for Star Wars. Pretty analytical evidence that their strategy has not been working. Number two, the strategy has been so bad that it's now affecting the future projects in this crazy bad way. Crazy bad way. Acolyte is the worst so far. And given the huge drop-off from week 1 to week 2, and then an even bigger drop-off in week 3, which is all in the article. You should look at the article that they did. The trajectory is as such with Acolyte that it will never catch these shows. It doesn't matter. No, people are so checked out on Acolyte that it's going to end up looking real bad. Like, I would say close to 30-40% less than Ahsoka and Andor. And it's just like, dude, this is crazy, guys. Like, I bring this stuff up mostly because I want you to, like, know, oh no, like, there's actual data that is just supporting how bad it is, because Lucasfilm just continues to gaslight. In fact, in the Puck article, they even mention that Disney will find some piece of data and try to spin this. And that's what they've done, like, consistently, is like they gaslight and lie to their audience. But there are good reporters doing their job, showing you how bad it actually is. And so this is why on Monday, when you guys were bringing up Star Wars stuff, I was like, it's dead. Don't bring it up. Okay. Okay. That's pretty much all the Acolyte we have to talk about. Is there any last minute questions, concerns, or thoughts about Acolyte? Anything? Anything? Bueller? Are we rebooting now, Josh? Ooh, great question, Kyle. Great question. I feel like the next couple of years will decide that. But I think we're closer than ever to a Star Wars reboot. Something like that, for sure. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, let me catch up on these last-minute chats, and then we'll get into positive stuff. Okay. Locationary gifting 5 memberships. Holy shit, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Please stand by says, no, I mean, seriously, like, what if that's the one that wins fans back? Like, that would be funny. Yeah, it would be funny. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it would indeed be pretty funny, yeah. Wolf says, Deadpool and Wolverine in 1 week in the UK. You lucky duck. Gregory, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. You are a Nerd Venger now. Dealing with Dylan says, let the episode stack up so I can binge. I have limited spoilers, and I'm not angry Red Pill fan. Will I enjoy Acolyte? No. Rossi with a 10 spot. Appreciate you, man. Says, for me, it's hard to pick what's worse. TLJ and Rise killed and destroyed my favorite legacy characters. Acolyte is written worse than any other Star Wars project. May and Osha are acted and portrayed terribly. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's real bad. I agree with you there. What's the poll at right here? Oh my God, bro. Are you fucking serious? Chat. Where's that infidel guy? Because I'm about to let a few F-bombs rip off here. I can't fucking believe this. Are you fucking serious, chat? Hey, chat, are you serious? Hey, chat, are you serious right now? Are you guys serious? Are you serious? Hold up. Wait a minute. So we've got 63%? 63% of people say Acolyte is worse than TLJ and Rise of Fake Walker. I mean, what is this? All right. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Let's just hang on here. I hate hang on here. Justin says, my man Justin says, I hate the way that Star Wars walk, the way Star Wars talk. I hate the way Star Wars dresses, hate the way Star Wars sneak disses. Anyway, 40 months of dealing with you. You deserve a round of applause for dealing with my ass for 40 months. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. And also, yeah, good call. Was that a callback to Big Sean or something? I like Big Sean. The new Big Sean stuff's pretty good. Mushidi says, TLJ pissed me off. The Acolyte makes me apathetic and embarrassed. When you're pissed, you still care. When you're apathetic, you're done. That's actually a fair point, brother. That is a fair point. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, huh? Neon Home says, just glad Wackolite is over. Not sure if I can ever trust Lucasfilm anymore. Complete rebuild needed over there. Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree with you on that one, man. We'll see if anything happens. Fuck. Locationary says, where does Lucasfilm go from here? Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. It's just, we've been asking that shit since the goddamn Book of Boba Fett. People have been saying that since The Last Jedi. And by the way, why did Kathy have to make all these people that were super triggered by the Last Jedi? She made them look like Nostradamus, bro. Like, I'm going to be real. There was backlash back then. I thought it was a little over the top. I was like, yeah, there's definitely stuff I don't like. Like, I thought the Luke shit was whack. I thought the stuff with Leia flying through the air like Mary Poppins was stupid as fuck. But I was like, we don't know. We haven't seen the full trilogy, blah, 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 blah. And Kathy was like, I'm going to make these people look like goddamn geniuses. Holy shit. With each film and series is likely to reduce in viewers. What can they actually do to bring people back? Okay, so what they need is a point for all the fans to be able to sort of say, okay, it's all going to be different from here. So you're going to fire Kathy, maybe fire everybody, maybe go on a couple of year break. I'm talking no shows, no movies, no nothing. Go back to the drawing board. And in fact, the real solution is staring them right in the face. have Kathy and whoever else is over there do these movies that they already have slated. Have Kevin Feige handle Secret Wars, actually turn the Marvel Cinematic Universe around. Then he leaves. Brad Winderbaum takes over the MCU with the soft reboot. Kevin Feige takes over Star Wars. Star Wars goes away for 2 years. Then Kevin Feige gets on stage at Hall H the following year and hypes us all up about the new Star Wars. I know some of you guys don't like Kevin. You're like, I don't know about that. I'm telling you right now, it would be a million times better than what is currently happening over there. A million times better. Jay Firth, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. You are a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate you. The Exodus says, could season 2 succeed if Plagueis is the focus? With this writing team and this showrunner, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, Coop the Comedian, thanks for gifting 5 members, baby. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Hell yeah. Renee says, as a Star Wars fan, I'm heartbroken, and Marvel is following the same path. Hopefully Deadpool and Wolverine sets the ship straight. Nerd Vengeance for life. 48 months of Nerd Vengeance. Yeah, I mean, I think so. You know what? Let's go to the polls on that. Let's go to the polls on that. Because I'm curious. I mean, I think most of us think Deadpool and Wolverine's going to be pretty good, huh? Do you think Deadpool and Wolverine will restore your hope in the MCU? This is a very important question. Do you anticipate that to be happening? RJ Philla says 15 months. Let's go. I stopped after episode 3. Honestly think a reboot could work. We always need our weekly shitting on KK. Nerd Vengeance for life. Unity. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for the love. Have you seen Has Been Hotel on Prime? Animation is good and has great music. Might be something you and the wife enjoy. Hope the family is doing well. Well, Jay Ferd, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Now, I haven't really heard of it. I don't really know what that is. We started watching Kaiju number 8. Very fun. Very cool. We're still doing the Foundation. We've both kind of fallen a little bit off of the Foundation. It's not as good as Dark Matter. Dark Matter's incredible. Foundation, a little shaky. But yeah, maybe we'll check that out, man. Thank you. AJ says, I didn't watch The Acolyte. Only coverage by you and heavy spoilers. So it isn't canon to me, LMFAO. If Star Wars was to reboot, how should they go about that? 1,000 years into the future. 1,000 years into the future. Everything that came before is ancient history. A whole new world. Did you skip House of the Dragon talk this week? No, we talked about it on Monday. But instead of doing our usual breakdown, I just watched Paul's video. And we got distracted by the fact that he kept pretending that he was reading. And we all know he can't really read. So, you know, it was a little weird this week. Scott says, where does the Bad Batch fall in viewership numbers? Love the show, man. Oh, it's way down, brother. But I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the show and for being here and the support as a member. Appreciate you. But as far as I understand it, Bad Batch would be way down on the list. The animated shows do not get the love, bro. I don't know why, but they do not get the love. Maybe X-Men 97 will be a little different when we get into season 2 and then people are binging season 1 and then maybe it'll chart. But, yeah. Oh, I gotta watch Ted Lasso. Is Ted Lasso on Apple TV? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Okay, couple of different things we gotta talk about here, man. It is? Okay, cool. Maybe we'll watch that sometime. That seems fun. Okay, so got some other stuff I want to talk to you guys about. Now, next week, of course, we have San Diego ComicCon, which I believe translates to a whale's vagina. Pretty sure. And of course, Saturday evening, buckle up your buttholes. 9 p.m. We'll probably start the stream 8:30 p.m. I might be streaming all day over on Twitch doing some Marvel Rivals. We'll see. But the most important thing is Saturday night, probably around 8:30. we're going to start a stream where we're going to be breaking down all the Hall H stuff. Now, the current schedule, and we'll skip all the way to it here. The current schedule is here. 6 to 7 p.m. Hall H Marvel Studios presentation. And then there was on the website that I saw, it's not here, but it said 7 to 7:30 Kevin Feige. A panel with Kevin Feige. So I think you're basically going to get, they said it's only going to be an hour. I think it's an hour and a half. It might even be 2 hours. Pretty sure it's the last one of the day. So they're going to let the man do his thing. Okay? So a lot of exciting stuff. Now, I will say this. Just like 2 years ago, what people are talking about right now is a lot of people are talking about like a Thunderbolts trailer. A lot of people are talking about bringing out the cast of Thunderbolts or having Bucky call in via Skype and some shit like that, okay? What I think is going on is there's a lot of stuff that nobody knows about. Maybe some people will find out about it next week, but remember to 2 years ago. I just want you to remember how this happened. 2 years ago, leading up to SDCC, a lot of the scoopers and the insiders were saying, don't get your hopes up. Don't get, they're probably not going to show this, that, second, and the third. They're going to do this. The reality is, the more people that know about a thing, the more of a chance it has to leak out. And if Kevin has some stuff that's super close to the chest, maybe just some logos, maybe a slate reveal, that stuff, so few people know about it. So 2 years ago, right up until about a day before Saturday, everybody was like, I don't know if I'd expect much. The trademark stuff leaks that week. So maybe, what if we get some trademark leaks next week? You know what I mean? So the trademark stuff leaked. But even then, people were saying, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. And then Feige basically put his dick on the table. And so until somebody, basically until I see it for myself and I realize oh shit, I shouldn't have got my hopes up. They're not really going that hard. I'm telling you right now, my hopes are through the fucking roof. And basically nothing that any insider or scooper says is going to dissuade that. I expect fire fucking works. But those fireworks are probably going to come in the form of a pretty obscure thing, meaning it's not like we're going to get a trailer for this, a poster for this, a release date for something. I'm talking about stuff that he's going to dangle just like he always does. And that last 20 minutes of the presentation is when we're all going to bust together. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. But there is some other stuff here that's kind of cool. And I was wondering, maybe we should cover some of this stuff as well, okay? So, here's one that's kind of interesting. Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and this will actually be live streamed, I believe. You're going to have Marvel Fanfare with CB Cebulski and Kevin Feige. Okay. It says here, Marvel Masters collide in an unprecedented meeting of page and screen. Join Marvel Comics editor-in-chief CB Cebulski and Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige as they discuss their mutual love for all things Marvel Comics, along with some special surprise creators. With decades of creative storytelling at the House of Ideas between them, there'll be no shortage of insider insights and unheard comic book anecdotes that you can't afford to miss. And if that wasn't enough, following the discussion, fans will receive an exclusive giveaway comic. I want that comic. Then, going right in to this at 4:15 in the same room, you're going to have Marvel Comics, The Next Big Thing. And this will be basically CB and Ryan Penagos and other Marvel guests giving you a glimpse into the future of your favorite heroes, world-shaking ramifications emanating from Blood Hunt that will last years to come. And fans can look no further than this panel to get an exclusive glimpse at the new status quo in the wake of the bloodiest Marvel event ever. Plus, attendees who stay until the end will receive an exclusive giveaway comic book. Okay, so let me share with you now a little rumor that's made its way around places and stuff. Okay, so basically, how many of you guys are reading Blood Hunt right now? Chat? How many of you guys are reading Blood Hunt right now? Okay, let me just explain why I think this is so cool. Okay, so you're gonna get a big panel, and you're gonna have CB Cebulski and Kevin Feige. They basically kick off the panel. It's basically like a 2-hour panel. Okay, the first hour, I believe, is going to be dedicated to the idea that Marvel Comics is formulating more of a relationship between their books and what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We've talked about this quite a bit. There's been a lot of evidence here. We've talked about reports that Dan Buckley is essentially the person that went over the head of CB Cebulski, got the X-Men reboot to be going down. I did a video actually about this the other day. We've talked about it on stream. There was also a meeting recently, like within the last month, where Dan Buckley met with a bunch of retailers. These are the comic book stores that sell the books. Dan Buckley tells all these retailers, essentially, Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios are committed to doing things that connect better to the comic books so that we bring more moviegoers into the comic book stores. Okay, this panel on Friday, I believe, will officially make that a thing. You've got CB Cebulski, you've got Kevin Feige. I believe that's what that panel is going to be. Them talking about how there's that huge connection there. Now, when you go into the next hour where they're going to talk about, you know, spinning out a Blood Hunt and all these different things, I'm sure you'll get some discussion of the Ultimates universe. It's been very successful. At least Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimates book itself has been very successful, right? So that'll be cool. DC is launching their Absolute universe in response. So I expect both companies kind of ramp that up and see what works, okay? But there's a big rumor, which I find to be really, really interesting, guys. And it has to do with something that happened in the Blood Hunt event. And there's this massive tease that Doctor Doom is going to become the Sorcerer Supreme of the 616 Marvel Comics universe. And that is just freaking awesome as hell. And on top of that sort of being teased in the Blood Hunt event, I believe it was Bleeding Cool, they put out a report saying that they have heard from insiders that Doctor Doom will be the Sorcerer Supreme for years. Like, he might actually be the Sorcerer Supreme in 2025 going in to 2026. This might be a whole thing that the Marvel Comics universe has to sort of cope with. Okay. So that, number one, is fucking awesome. And I'm looking for this panel, and I'm looking for Friday to sort of solidify to Marvel fans that this is a real thing. There's a greater connection between the movies and the comics. But it would be so weird for them to say that, then talk about Doctor Doom as Sorcerer Supreme, and not have us be like, okay, so are you making Doctor Doom the Sorcerer Supreme? And what if the Doctor Doom within this Fantastic Four movie is the Sorcerer Supreme? Or there is potential that after the soft reboot, Doctor Doom would become the Sorcerer Supreme. So if you're a big Doctor Doom fan, this is freaking awesome. This is just one more thing he gets to add to his list of accomplishments. I love Doctor Doom, so I'm super excited to see what this looks like. And I'm excited as a fan to be like, yo, if this is a comic book thing that might be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, how could this work with the Doctor Doom that they are currently developing for the Fantastic Four movie? So I wanted to bring that to your attention. for now, a lot of this is like, you know, speculation and whatnot. But again, I'm reading the tea leaves here, guys. I feel this is a bold strategy from Marvel Studios. I think it's really smart. And I'm really hoping that it gets clarified on Friday and that we can continue to enjoy Marvel content in the comics and in the movies and have a better connection between them. So I would love to know what you think about that. But for me, Doctor Doom, Sorcerer Supreme is tight. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Kevin is going to announce the new Pip the Troll. He better fucking not, bro. He better not. Scientific says, hey, Josh, love your vids. Where should I start with Marvel Comics? That's such a great question, man. So whenever somebody asks me this, I have a couple of different ways that they could go about it. If you have a favorite character, I'd probably look up what are the essential runs. And I think Marvel even does like Essential Spider-Man, Essential Hulk and stuff like that. So they probably have a collected edition that has a lot of that stuff. So you could follow your favorite character and like get all the big stories and events with your favorite character. You could choose to just read the main like events, right? So whether it's like the Kree Skrull War, Civil War, Avengers vs. X-Men, Secret Invasion. There have been these huge events, which do happen somewhat chronologically. So you could just read all the big events, like the trade paperbacks and the omnibuses of those. You could pick a favorite writer or artist. So maybe you read a book and you're like, dude, I really like this guy's writing or this gal's writing, and maybe you really like the art. Then go look up what have they done, you know? So I would say you either want to follow an artist or a writer, you might want to follow a character, or you could follow the big crossover events. And to be honest with you, you probably want to do all of that stuff, but it's kind of up to you. Like the order in which you do that is your call. Mojat says, curious, would you, how you would do Thor 5 / handle Thor from now. So the thing about Thor is you got to make him more serious. There has to be actual like tension and actual consequences. So what I would do is the universe is collapsing. Thor is dealing with trying to figure out how to stop it. And Hercules is trying to hunt him down. And you do this sort of John Wick style action movie where Thor is on a quest to do something that's really big and important. And as the universe and maybe the multiverse collapses more and more, the resistance to him doing this gets greater and greater. I would go nuts with it. Tons of cool, fun characters from throughout the multiverse. A lot of good action. That's what I would do. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways they could handle it. That's just one idea. Deadpool Wolverine soundtrack is out. Ooh. Okay. That sounds cool. Winter Soldier says nothing fresh or new will ever be accepted. Star Wars fans only want the same Skywalker family stories regurgitated endlessly. Nothing else is ever done right. Well, I mean, I think there could be truth in what you're saying. The question is, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Meaning, were Star Wars fans always like that? Or did Lucasfilm take a strategy and kind of fumble the quality in such a way that that is the reality of where a lot of fans are at? You know, there's a little bit of truth in there. I'm just not willing to say that that's Star Wars fans' fault. And by the way, if it is the Star Wars fans' fault, then Bob Iger is so stupid for buying that franchise. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Okay, there's one more big thing I wanted to talk about. Let me see if I can find it here. And then we can either get into Q&A or we can watch something, just kind of kick it, you know? There has not been a ton. Oh, I have a video coming out later today breaking down the 1-minute trailer that came out yesterday for Deadpool and Wolverine. And it's cool. And there's some big reveals. Josh, what's the rating for X-Men 97? Did it chart? It did not chart, unfortunately. Many different reasons for that. Mostly just the animation thing. I also think that in season 2, it has a chance to chart because you'll have good word of mouth. You'll get people going to watch the old episodes of the show. So, like, here's something that's kind of interesting. The old 90s X-Men show, its viewership shot up 500% during X-Men 97. But because they are technically separate shows, none of that watch time gets added to X-Men 97. But judged by, like, different metrics, you could look and say, oh my God, the amount of watch time being dedicated to animated X-Men shit right now is out of control. Right? So, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Hang on, though, Chad. I'm trying to find a thing. Hang on, though. Did I bookmark this, maybe? Let's see. Okay, I did bookmark it. Do you guys want to see something kind of funny, though? These are just some funny, like, meme posts that I bookmarked. The Acolyte spoilers. I also come home and tell Yoda about all the mistakes I made that day. And then look at this. Close enough. Yeah, it's pretty much what we got going on. Okay, everybody relax. Yeah, this is the one. Why can't I just... What the hell? Why is this here? Bookmark system doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay. Yes, chat. I'm still on this Nick Cage Spider-Man thing. I still think it's dope. Okay? I still think it's going to be the best superhero shit on Amazon. Because it's Nick fucking Cage. Among other things. Okay, so we got some plot leakage. Okay? The plot for the live-action Spider-Noir series has reportedly been revealed. We follow Ben Reilly, Nicolas Cage. I'm still confused as to why we're not just doing Peter here. I hope there's something to it. I hope his name just isn't Ben and they don't explain it at all. But whatever. So he's a private investigator as he stumbles down a rabbit hole of corruption in 1933 New York City, while also establishing his past as a superhero. So we're going to have a double story here. One, well, he's a PI and he's investigating corruption. We're establishing his past as a superhero. So he might not even be a superhero anymore. He might just be the PI and he's like, oh, I had to hang the webs up or something like that. You know what I mean? Riley investigates the death of Edward Addison, which leads him to discover that the mayor is up to something nefarious that involves crime boss Silvermane and femme fatale Yuri Watanabe. She's like a samurai chick, dude. Like, are you kidding me? That's kind of hype, dude. Like, we're getting the idea of what the structure of the show is going to be. You got the mayor. I don't know who the mayor's going to be. Are we going to do Mayor Wilson Fisk? Or are we just going to have Wilson Fisk involved? I'm not really sure. Crime boss Silvermane. Hell yeah. Let's go. And femme fatale Yuri Watanabe. Probably going to be super sexy. Doing samurai kind of spinny moves and flips and you know, all sorts of stuff. So you couple this with the rumor about Sandman being in the show. You couple this with the fact that this is Sony starting a suite of shows on Amazon. Not just one show, but several. It's Nick fucking Cage. They paid a lot of money, and they want him to be a big part of this. I continue to tell you, this is Sony's play at making appointment television using the Spider-Man license and the characters. And this is also the first time that we're going to see Lord and Miller, outside of the animated stuff, actually handling all of this Spider-Man stuff. So the plot leak seems cool. A lot of the other leaks and stuff that we've heard about it seems to be cool. And so I'm telling you, chat, and I continue to tell you, and I'm going to continue to tell you that this is going to be lit. This is going to be an incredible Spider-Man and superhero show. And I expect it to be on the level of The Boys and Invincible, if not better than both of those shows, because both those shows kind of fell off. You know what I mean? So there you have it, guys. More of an update about Spider Noir. It's lit! What do you guys think? Sony will ruin it? No! Lord and Miller connected to this? Yes. Yes, they are. So I believe it was in 2020. It could have been 2021. Lord and Miller were officially put in charge of the live-action Spider-Man shows. Now, initially, they were developing, or, you know, somebody was developing, and they were technically in charge of its development. The Silk Show. Earlier this year, maybe late last year, I can't remember, we get it announced that that show was canceled, the Silk Show. Now, this was after they came in and reworked that show completely. The show was going to be about strong women and not have sex appeal and all that. And basically, they fired everybody except the showrunner, and they literally said, we're going to make this more for the male gaze, which I'm sure upsets like 3 of you, but is the right thing to do, given the audience. Okay, so they were already going to do that. Then they were like, you know what, fuck this whole ass show. And they got rid of the whole damn thing. And instead, they're doing this show. So this is Lord and Miller, after canceling the Strong Women Silk Show and making a Nick fucking Cage Spider-Man Noir, Spider Noir show. So, yeah, this is like a company doing good things. And so I'm trying to highlight it, because Sony does a lot of bad things, but Sony's doing some good things here. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Madam Web was Strong Woman movie. Yes, I have heard that. Yes. Name gaze? No, the male gaze, not the male gaze. Gaze. Although, I'll be honest with you, even the male gaze, not about this strong women stuff. I'm going to be real. Even they are like, what the fuck are we doing here? So, females can be gay too, Josh? Yeah, that's probably true. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. But, yeah, that sounds right. Michael says, yo, I heard Red Hulk's skin will burn Cap wings. Oh, is that what you heard, Michael? Oh, Michael, is that what you heard? Yeah, that's true. Rossi says, when is that Blob Origins movie hitting theaters? Okay, first of all, can we talk about the Blob for a little bit? I am so sick of this Blob disrespect. Do you realize how the Blob's actual powers work? Do you realize that if Blob is on stable ground, he thinks he can't be moved, and therefore the physiology and the actual atomic structure of his body changes so that he cannot be moved? This guy has taken attacks and punches from some of the strongest things in Marvel Comics. Don't fuck with the Blob. Okay? When Magneto was making a team to actually take the X-Men on and destroy them once and for all, do you know what his first pick was? The Blob. Okay? So get the fuck out of here with this Blob disrespect. And also, a kid who was prom king from a small town in North Carolina discovers junk food, weight gained. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're banned forever. I missed your answer to my question earlier, Josh. Well, you got to put the question back in the chat, man. You got to put the question back in the chat. Mo from the Foe says, what's up, Papa? Graduating next month, and if you don't come, I'm unsubbing. New job doesn't let me watch most live time, but I hope all is well. Dude, happy for you, brother. Happy for you, brother, and thanks for the love. Yeah, Blob is a beast. You can't fuck with Blob, man. You cannot. Josh was attacked personally with the Blob comparison. I mean, I'm a lot like the Blob in the sense that I'm awesome, powerful, underestimated, but just not because I'm fat, you know? Like, that's out of control. Although, you know, look, I know I got some chubby cheeks. You think I don't know? You think Serpico don't see? But we're working on it. You know what I've been doing? I've been started doing rowing in the gym. You guys ever do rowing, dude? So why is Josh mewing? Yeah, so I started doing that, man, because I'm trying to get in real good shape, and I take a picture of Rossi and I tape him to the thing. So that when I get tired, I just look at him and I imagine him being like, "You're like the Blob, Josh." And I'm like, "Fuck you, Rossi." Ah! And then I work out even harder. Hell yeah. Turned on stream to see Josh mewing. Yeah, a little bit. My fiance loves rowing. Dude, can I say something else too about rowing? And I'm not trying to be rude. Okay? But you know, the one thing I really don't like about rowing is that, like, people will come and row beside you, and then everybody tries to, like, row at the same time, like we're on some actual rowing mission together. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't row with me. Row on your own. This isn't a team exercise. We're not trying to find a rhythm here. Get the fuck out of here. And then I'll start to, like, move the way I row. Like, I'll start to change it up. And then they end up adjusting it, and then they're rowing with me. We're not on a boat. You know what I mean? Like, go fucking row your own to your own beat or whatever, man. Damn. Yeah. And this one lady even had the audacity. She did the thing, you know, you seen the memes where somebody goes to pee at a urinal and some guy comes in, all the urinals are open, but the guy stands right beside you. This lady comes and she goes right beside me. I'm like, there's a whole bunch of other rowing machines. I didn't say this because, you know, I was being nice. But she comes and literally sits her ass right next to me. And then she starts trying to fucking row with my shit. No! Josh could get ripped. Oh, hell yeah. We're going to get there, baby. We're going to get there. Ugh. Flex the chesticles a little bit, you know? Ugh. She wanted that smoke, Josh? Well, let's just say if we were in actual boats, she'd be like, I can't fucking believe it. Does this guy have like an engine or something? You probably look like a pro. I mean, I do, you know. You can't help it. I just look like a pro. At what? Everything. Nice moves. Hey, thanks, man. Need another body pic? Hey, calm down. Okay? Keep your pants on there, buddy. But yeah, maybe someday. We'll see. Everything but video games. No! Bro, are you kidding me? I'm like pro at video games. I'm like the master of all this shit. You just wait. You just wait. Everything except box office predictions. I mean, maybe, yeah. Justin, by the way, did you get into the beta for Rivals? Did you figure that out yet? I'm definitely try to play a lot of Rivals next week when the beta comes out. Did you say so? Etching about the movie The Blob? I don't know what that means, Nicole. You might have had a typo there. But yes. Yes. Josh gasses up the wrong shit. D&D, Rebel Moon, and now Spider-Man Noir. No! I've been right about so many things. We're going to focus on the few small things that I've gotten wrong. The movie The Blob. I'll star in the movie The Blob. Name one. I guessed, well, didn't guess. I mean, it kind of speculated and figured it out, but I knew about Secret Wars literally before anybody talked about Secret Wars. I came out of Endgame being like, they're going to do Secret Wars next. So totally right about that. 100%. Let me think about something else. What else did I get right? Oh, fucking Abeloth. Hello, Abeloth. Who was the first person to put a big Abeloth video together about Ahsoka? Me. I think most of the fan base knew Secret Wars was coming. Yeah, no, you fucking didn't, dude. I remember. I was there. And your bitch ass from Canada, you were like, they're not going to do Secret Wars, Josh. They'd have to do so much of this and that and develop this and that character. Blah, 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 blah. And I said, Trev, go eat some goddamn poutine, watch some hockey, have a Molson, and shut the fuck up. So I remember exactly that you did not think that. Yeah. Is Abeloth confirmed, though? Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure I told you the day after Endgame came out. Yeah, well, I got to see some receipts. Can we talk about RDJ? Yeah, and RDJ coming back. I've been right about that. Yeah, I'm just like so good at this. Any validity to there being only one Doctor Doom? I saw that rumor. It's not coming from anybody reliable, unfortunately. That is cool, though. That would be kind of fun. What does it mean? You know, I don't really know. But, yeah, that'd be cool. How much did they pay you to be in Blue Beetle? They didn't pay me anything. You know, but, that movie didn't really make money. So even if I had gotten points, it's like, whatever. Dungeons and Dragons is a billy. It deserves $1 billion. Everybody agrees. Everybody that's seen the movie is like, yo, that shit was lit. I can't believe it didn't happen. Tough break for Josh from Den of Nerds. I know, it's crazy. The Boys finale tomorrow. Homelander versus A-Train. How excited are you? Oh, I was right about Henry Cavill too with James Gunn. Look, we're trying to be positive about that white-haired freak. You know what I mean? Because like, it just makes me look better if I like let it go and act professional about his whack ass face for the foreseeable future. It's a better way to do it. So I'm gonna turn the other leaf cheek and be nice about James, last person in the town to be offered the job. Actually, it was only because of Peter that he even got the job. He was given the job by fucking Zaslav, who doesn't know his ass from his elbow. We're gonna be very positive and very excited. Your phrasing was very poor in that tweet. That's true, actually. Yeah. That's true. Did you guys see that Bank of America just downgraded Warner Brothers? And they literally said it's because of James Gunn? It's crazy. Worst hire, KK or Gunn? KK. Easily. See, like, the thing is about James, like, even though he's whack, stupid, dumb, smelly, immature, ill-equipped, unintelligent. He makes good movies. You know what I mean? So, like, despite all of the many flaws and drawbacks to James, he actually makes good movies. Right? So, if he makes Superman and it's good, it's going to actually carry a lot of water for the whole universe. It's going to be it's going to be good. You know. Basement time? How dare you? Hunter Larson says, behind on stream, crazy that Acolyte will prob get season 2 when Ewan is publicly asking for season 2 of Obi-Wan. That is true, but also we don't want another season of Obi-Wan. Like, that's the other thing. Is that sad? Yes. Does it mean we should get more Obi-Wan? Hell no. Hell no, bro. And Rossi gifted 5 memberships. Man, you can call me Blob all you want, as long as you keep those goddamn memberships coming. But seriously, thank you. More Reva. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Let's get more Reva. Let's get more Reva, baby. Yeah, Rossi's pretty much the man, though, you know. Den of Blop. Get him out of here. A young Leia show? Ooh. Ooh. No thanks. Shut up, Josh. Hey, you don't say that. I agree with Meg. Animated series based on the path as seen in Obi-Wan. Yeah, that could be cool. I like that. Who wins, Reva or Osha? I'd have to say Osha. I'd have to say Osha. She was the most intelligent in that show. Wait, who? What? Oh, Reva? Yeah, I'd have to say Osha. Are you hyped for The Boys or Gen V Season 2? No. She's breaking all the OSHA laws. Good one. The Boys finale trailer is out. Should we watch it? It's going to take away all of our ads if we watch it. Fuck it. Maybe we should, huh? I mean, what do you guys think about... What do you think about The Boys? The Boys is great, says Matt Sanders. Fell off, says Michael. Ryan made a good movie, just bad Star Wars. Yeah, that's fair. I miss Soldier Boy. Yeah. I mean, I watched The Acolyte, so why not watch The Boys? True. Yeah, it's declining. It's declining. And I think that's, I mean, that's probably why they have the end date there. Boys still good. I mean, look, a lot of people are still liking it, and it's still doing well. Like, the numbers, you kind of can't deny the numbers. Like, people are watching it. A lot of people are checking it out. So it's become a big staple of pop culture conversation. I'm personally a little over it. But having said that, I watched this entire season, and I will watch the finale. I probably won't watch the next Gen V. I didn't even watch Gen V, the first one, so it didn't get me. It wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch Gen V. But it obviously did work to some degree. Why am I over it? Well, I think that it's kind of become a parody of itself. And I think especially if you go back to the first season, there was something really magical that was happening with The Boys. It really felt fresh, man. It was a really fresh take considering what was out there with superhero genre. And, you know, it's brutal. It's obscene, you know, over the top. I loved the commentary on corporatism in, you know, America. And then they sort of arc out the characters. They start doing weird stuff. This season, for me, has felt so contrived, Like, the only character arc that is working for me is Homelander and Ryan. And Homelander, like, basically every season since one is losing his mind. Like, it's all the same. It just keeps repeating itself. It feels like they have to try to ramp up the obscenities, the making fun of conservatives. It feels like they're ramping everything up to such a degree that it lacks substance. And so it feels like it's almost a parody of itself. You know how they have the movies with, like, Girls Get It Done and, like, all that sort of stuff? That's, like, literally what the actual show feels like to me. Like, the actual show feels like it's a parody that they would record, you know? So yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it. Riva or Ocean? Wait, what? Who the hell's Ocean? Gen V was good. Yeah, I know people liked it. I just couldn't get into it. I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not doing the Harry Potter X-Men school for the B heroes or whatever. I just didn't like it. Went from telling the joke to being the joke. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. Look, a lot of shows decline. It's a pretty common thing for shows to decline. I think especially with a show like this that has had great stuff with its characters, you're like, okay, what do we do next? Once a character arcs out, if you just... It's like my complaints of Guardians 2. Guardians 2 ignores the conclusion of Guardians 1 and re-arcs all the characters on the exact same journey that they had in the first movie. And it just doesn't work. Right? But I love Guardians 2. I have met very few people that love Guardians 2, but they do exist. They do exist. Hello, nerds. Happy Wednesday. I am sick as hell, but still here. Well, thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. We'll see, man. I heard some weird things about The Boys finale. We'll see if it ends up being true, but I don't know, man. I feel like the show's kind of off the rails. And I've seen a lot of people agree. But again, it's weird because, like, dude, that show's... They're doing well. Like, they're getting views. Could be one of those things where... You know, like the Love and Thunder thing where, like, the show's getting a ton of views. But, unfortunately, it's like an iceberg effect. Like, you won't really see the damage until the next one. But for now, the evidence would suggest that The Boys is actually growing in popularity, which is kind of ironic. Rossi says, Acolyte or Rebel Moon? Can only watch one for life. Oh, it's Acolyte, 100%. Rebel Moon's too hard, man. I can't watch Rebel Moon. It was far worse than I could have imagined it being. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rebel Moon because it doesn't shit on 50-year-old pre-established lore. Nope, I'd still rather watch Acolyte. I kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy too. You know, it's grown on me a little bit over the years, but it just does not hold a candle to the first one. Or the third one, in my opinion. I think it's pretty bad comparatively. But it's, you know, it's decent enough, and some of the stuff works. So. Man, do you ever just feel like being so toxic on Twitter? And, like, every single tweet you see, you come up with, like, a snide, shitty response. And you're like, I would love to just one day. Maybe this is why people make alt accounts. I'd love to just, like, open up the timeline and just be a troll under every single post. Every single post. Like, oh, dang, it's disappointing that this happened. And I'm like, eh, bitch, you probably deserved it. You know, move on to the next one. Good news. Don't get too happy. You're still a failure in life. You know, just like over and over. Just bam, dude. I could do this all day. like Captain America. That's how you know that Twitter is a sinkhole, man. Because it brings that out of you. Just do it in real life? What? Just like interrupt people's conversations and shit. We got enough of those people. We do. You're right. Reddit is worse. Yeah, Reddit's a whole different kind of thing. You wouldn't have a fake account to troll. You would act like Skip Bayless and bring yourself up. Did he have a fake account? Did he get caught with a fake account? Those are the funniest, man. When you get caught on your fake account talking about your main account. Yeah, the Kevin Durant burner account. Yeah, a lot of these people do it. Josh, are you suing James Gunn for adding you into Blue Beetle? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll sue him if Superman sucks, though. We'll start a class action lawsuit. I prefer Reddit. My Reddit feed doesn't trigger me the way Twitter does. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Bojet. I don't like hearing that. Okay? And look, I could be wrong, but to me, if you enjoy Reddit, red flag. Red flag. Josh has fake account as well as the Blob. God damn it. I watch you on 2 different accounts. Interesting. Josh, which will be the most and least successful? Agatha, Ironheart, Acolyte Season 2, or Skeleton Crew? That's a tough one, dude. Skeleton Crew, I guess. I don't know, man. That's tough. That's a tough one. Yeah, Reddit's wild. I mean, you can definitely get some good stuff out of Reddit. It's just that most of the people that like use Reddit as their primary social media are stinky, pedantic, karma-seeking buttholes. Like, imagine being so warped that you would change the way you engage on a message board to get the most of these other stinky, pedantic buttholes to upvote you, to have some arbitrary number of karma. It is the wildest psychology out of any of the social medias, which is why Reddit has a particularly stinky, pedantic population. And I do use Reddit, but like, we just got to call a spade, man. That's some stinky stuff over there, man. I'm sorry, Mojat. Mojat is like crafting the most angry response right now. I'm sorry. Totally agree on that Reddit take. And what's scary is that Google is now leveraging Reddit as its results more than ever. Well, I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks. But Josh, just read the room. What does that mean? That I shouldn't make fun of Reddit anymore? Because you guys are all Redditors? Or is that just you, Charnovic? I'm going to become the new Jessica in a minute. Oh, no. Josh, are you ever going to do a one-off stream with Theory? I mean, maybe someday. But you can find some good groups. I mean, Reddit is crazy because there's so many good subreddits. But I'll tell you, I mean, I feel the way I feel, man. I have experienced enough of the Reddit hive mind to know what that shit is like. Okay? And also, let's not forget, the dead internet theory is correct. And something like 70% of the accounts that you see are not real human beings. Like, that's just facts. Like, 70% of internet traffic is not human traffic. Do you like the spoilers subreddit? I like it as an aggregator. Do I like it as a community? Hell nah. Hell nah, bro. That's spooky and wacky. Yeah, it is kind of spooky, huh? But yeah. Yeah. Blinkers, if you're real. Maybe I'm not even real. Do you guys ever think about that? Maybe I'm not even real. Hey, Larold! My buddy Larold says, still haven't watched Acolyte. Josh, what do you think of the Booster Gold rumor casting? I think it's fine. I think Kumal in spirit is a lot like what I would think Booster Gold is like. So yeah, I think it'd be good. Lou says, rank the order of when these brands will stop pushing agenda, pandering, and finally listening to fans. MCU, DCU, Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and Star Wars. Interesting. Star Wars, bottom of the list, especially if Kathy's still there. DC Comics, Marvel Comics. Look, the problem with DC, Marvel, and in comics and in movies is not so much that they aren't listening to the fans. It's that they're not acknowledging that the group of fans that makes up the majority of their readership or viewership is not an audience that cares about their signaling, about their messaging, about their political beliefs, ideologies, representation, all these sort of things. Like, that's the mistake. It's actually not a mistake to make diverse content. It's not a mistake to make content that targets potential new audiences, but it is a mistake to sort of lose the plot that you can't do that at the cost of affecting the main group. Right? So it's like a restaurant. Right? You have a steakhouse. Okay? You might have 655 credit to you. I found you referencing it first. Yeah, of course. Because I'm the GOAT. Don't forget it. Okay, so it's like a restaurant. You have a steakhouse. Now, you might have Wagyu that is super upper, you know, echelon, super expensive, like $50 for 4 ounces kind of a thing, like, you know. But you're going to sell a lot of sirloins. You're going to sell a lot of ribeyes. You're going to sell a lot of basic stuff. And in fact, most of the people that come there are just looking for a steak. Of course, it's good to have other things on your menu because it can attract a different kind of audience. It can actually serve an audience that's maybe fatigued of the basic stuff and wants to try something out. But if you only had that Wagyu and you were like, we are actually not serving sirloins anymore because sirloins are for toxic, sexist fans. Your steakhouse is not going to be very successful, right? So it's not that they need to abandon these ideas. And I'm not even really bothered by the ideas. I'm bothered by the incompetence. I'm bothered by the fact that they don't just get it. And we have to live in this weird world where we totally see how they're fucking it up, but we have to act like we don't. We have to act like this thing that a knowable small percent of fans actually care about is the topic of discussion. It's so weird. Doesn't seem real. Bro loves the steakhouse analogy. I mean, I like steak. I like a good steak. What kind of content do you think those people crave for? Barbie? What people? I don't know what you're saying there, bro. What are you saying? Just dropping in real quick. Gotta go back to bring in people their milk. Oh, okay. And Keaton House, thanks for gifting a member, baby. Appreciate you. You people, the smallest percentage you refer to. Well, here's the thing too, right? No group is a monolith. So like even that percentage, what are we talking about here? We're talking about people that don't. Here's what we're really talking about. We're talking about people that aren't going to go into the comic shop and be excited about Agent Venom, Spider-Man, or some macho crazy thing. They might want like an indie book that follows a girl that's slowly losing her mind and maybe is in another dimension or something, but it's really about female angst during puberty. And what I would say is there's crossover there that's potential. Meaning, if that comic is great, I, as a fan of the bombastic superhero stuff, could be interested in it. It's not my usual thing. It's not going to make up the large repertoire or my appetite. But I could be interested in reading a book like that just based off its merit. If people said it was incredible, I would check it out. Similarly, the person that comes in and follows that story or likes the Image book that's about the angsty girl, if that book does its job, it opens that person up to reading other stories. For as much as Marvel Comics has a lot of stuff that's general, basic, bombastic superhero stuff, there are also stories that are incredibly deep, emotional, meaningful. I would argue some incredible stories have been told within the genre of comics. So maybe the person that reads the story about the angsty girl hears about Matt Fraction and David Aja's Hawkeye. Or Tom King's Mr. Miracle. These are books that kind of transcend the superhero genre and are doing something a bit different. So there's crossover there, and it's not like no person or group is monolithic. What I'm really speaking to is a flawed business strategy. Like, does that make sense? It's not so much like the people. It's the fucking production, promotion, marketing, and balance of a brand and of a line. Right? Hey, Josh, did the Marvel Hall H get leaked? Not that I know of. Trev had said something about John Campea talking about this earlier. Could be. I haven't seen any meaningful leaks, anything real. I think there's something with Thunderbolts for sure happening. Look, we've been talking about this for like a couple of weeks. I'm pretty confident that something similar to what I've discussed with you guys is going to happen there. And at the end of the show, you might get some crazy logos, Avengers vs. X-Men, some real like teaser kind of quick little hits. And you'll get, at the beginning of the show, you'll get a lot of detail about the stuff that's coming out next. So that's generally what I think is happening. Is Zemo in the Thunderbolts? Good question. I hope so. Doom. Oh, baby. If we get some Dr. Doom on Saturday. Woo! Okay, chat. Let me ask you a question before we get out of here. My $10 super? Wait, what? I think I read it, didn't I? What you talking about, bruh? What you even talking about, bruh? Or is that from a long time ago? Oh, yeah. For me, it's hard to pick what's worse. TLJ and Rise killed and destroyed my favorite legacy characters. Acolyte is written worse than any other Star Wars project. May and Osha acted and portrayed horribly. I literally liked that because we already went over it. Hello? But yeah, I agree with you, bro. It's tough. Mismanagement overall. Mismanagement, for sure. Noah, appreciate the hearts, baby. Okay, what was I just going to ask? Wasn't there something I was just going to ask and now I don't remember? Is SDCC this Saturday? No, next Saturday, guys. Next week. But here's what I was thinking, man. Would you guys want to watch Deadpool on Twitch on Saturday? Little Saturday morning Deadpool watching. So what I was thinking was we could watch Deadpool. You missed my $2 super about Judgment. About Juggernaut. God damn it, Rossi. Juggernaut is in motion. Can he move the blob? I think they've actually done that in comics, and I think the blob came out on top. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here's what I was thinking, right? We could watch it. You Never Knighted Me. Oh, chat. Dios mío. Toski, you're a nerd venture now. I'm not knighting anybody else. No, I'm not knighting anybody else. Nobody else gets knighted today. Just put in the Discord when you do it. Okay, I will, buddy. I will. So I was thinking we watch Deadpool, and if we get like 50 gifted, we'll go right into Deadpool 2, man. Literally. Or it doesn't even have to be gifted, just 50 members, and it's free. It's literally free. If you guys just go to the Twitch channel, which, you know, wait to do it on Saturday so we're all cool. But like, we'll start watching it, and if 50 people sign up for a member, and it's literally free over there, then we'll go right into it and watch Deadpool 2. That'd be kind of fun. Knight me for free Mountain Dew. Okay, Shreddy. There you go, Shreddy. Give me the goddamn dew, you nerd venture. And another 50 to get into Deadpool 3. I don't know about that. Maybe we could watch Logan, though. Yeah, don't link it until Saturday so we can get it up. Hell yeah. Wait, what? Damn, I'm going to be at a fancy sushi place with my sister and kiddo in New York City during the SDCC stream. Well, you know, the headphones, pop that phone out and tell everybody to fuck off, bro, because that shit's going to be a serious stream. Rahul says, knight me for free Mountain Dew. Okay, fine. You're a nerd venture now. Give me the dew. And also, I got to set up my my P.O. box. Literally, I had a company be like, yo, we got some dope Star Wars merch we want to send you. I was like, hell yeah. And they were like, where do I send it? And I was like, I got to go set up my P.O. box. Ghosted him. I had another dude, incredible Deadpool merchandise. Dude, go look at what Team Liquid is doing right now with Deadpool merch. We could have got all that. But I fucked it up. God damn it. Why am I like this? Why don't I do things more properly and in a more timely manner? Damn. Damn. Calling it right now. He's gonna to another party last minute. Wait, what? You gotta do better, Josh. Sam Wilson voice. I know. Can we watch Paul's Cap 4 video together? Yeah, what's it about? Like, what's the video? Should we watch this? How long is it? It better not be 40 minutes. Goddamn, Paul.
Hello.
Oh, you know what else? This is pretty interesting. I watched a... never mind. That's maybe... Oh, hey, chat. Cole Maynard. I was never knighted. Cole, you're a nerd venture now. And also, I got your thing back there, baby. No diddy. Chat, this Friday, we're doing a Diamond Lounge, and we're going to talk about presidents and elections and stuff, right? So if you want to get super triggered by my political opinions and everything I think about the country, come on by Friday night, baby. We're going to get wasted and talk about fucking America. Okay. Heavy spoilers. Why'd he do it? Wait a minute. This is MT though. This isn't Paul. This is MT. Captain America Brave New World Breakdown. Is that the one? I mean, look, it's fine. I don't hate MT. I just prefer Paul, okay? It's just a map. Unity. Hey, appreciate you. No, I don't mind MT. The thing about MT is he gets a little out there for me. Like, I actually think some of the shit he goes off on is literally unfounded speculation. But he's a cool guy, entertaining, charismatic. But it's just a little too much for me. I've been a member for 8 months. Can I do the Diamond Lounge? And how? Yes. So, Bianca, what you have to do is get on the Discord. You could also just hit me up on Twitter or Discord, and I could try to get you in there. But the best way to do it, you get on the Discord. You have to prove that you've been a member, and then they will plug you in to it. Yeah. There's a reason he doesn't have his own channel. No, he has his own channel, and also he does like a podcast with some other people that are pretty cool. Like I don't have anything bad to say about MT. And I respect the hustle. You know what I mean? I want to show love to MT. But I don't know that I want to watch a video by him. He's better on podcasts? Okay. MT tries defending Harvey's former personal assistant, Leslie Headland. Well, I mean, he might just like the show, okay? Josh doesn't know he reaches more than MT. No, I don't know that, and I'll never know that, and I don't want to know that. It's called confirmation bias, god damn it. Fam distracted me. What time is the Diamond Lounge on Friday? Dude, let's go 10 a.m. Diamond Lounge, and let's just get wasted during the day. You know what I mean? We just get fucking hammered 10 a.m. Hell yeah. Let's watch Campia talk about SDCC. Okay, let's do that. Let's watch John Campia. It's been a while since I've watched John Campia. By the way, I almost let something slip. Somebody that John Campia works with has hit me up privately, and they're like, dude, you're awesome. I want to work with you. Is this the one? MCU announcements, Fantastic Four cast, Thunderbolts trailer, Armor Wars logo chances. Is this the one? This is what we're talking about here?
The next supposed item on this leaked...
Oh, so he's got a leak thing, huh? Do you guys remember when John Campia was like, we've seen photos of Multiverse of Madness. I'm not going to like tell you the photos, but oh my god, when you see these photos, who was he even talking about then? I've always wondered. I was like, was he just totally full of shit, or was there actually something there? Okay, let's go over this though.
Rumoredly, confirmation of what Marvel's going to be talking about at Comic-Con is the Armor Wars logo revealed. Now, obviously, Armor Wars is something they've talked about for a long time. It was originally announced as a Disney Plus series. Later on, they announced that they had changed gears. Right move, by the way, and they were going to make it a feature film.
Yes, I agree.
Anything coming out about it since.
True.
So the thing is, we're going to get Armor Wars official logo and probably a release date.
I don't think so, guys. I don't even know Armor Wars is still happening. I got to be honest. I don't think Armor... you know what? I'm just going to say it. I do not believe Armor Wars is even going to happen.
I'm going to give this one I was going to say 35% chance. 35% chance I'll give this one.
I give it a 20%.
Because
there's no...
I don't know if they're in a place right now where they're ready to announce that. And I think with the Blade situation, I think maybe Kevin Feige is going to be a little bit more cautious about what they are and are not. Some guys in the live chat, like Clark, is saying 85%. Hope so.
Oh, wow.
Because I actually really like the sounds of Armor Wars. Because especially with the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, with the way they set it up, if that was...
Didn't you say that RDJ is returning in Armor Wars? Well, when it was first changed from a show to a movie, I believe that was the strategy. Here's what I'll say. I think the reason I personally doubt Armor Wars is happening is because I think Armor Wars actually had a lot of connection to Kang. And I don't think that's the plan anymore. So I'm kind of talking around some stuff that I heard. If Armor Wars is still happening, it is very different than what it was going to be before the Jonathan Majors thing. So I actually think they're going to drop it. I could be wrong, but yeah. So I think that's why.
The setup for it, and I love Don Cheadle. Put John Cheadle. I've been in love with Don Cheadle as a performer ever since Hotel Rwanda. So
great movie, actually. Great movie.
I mean, give him his shining spotlight, and we're
no
ready to go. But I'm going to say it's probably a 35%.
Give him his shining thing after the character assassinated him in Secret Invasion. Like, dude, you don't even want to bring that up anymore. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's so much baggage on this thing. I would just... Swift Sam says 6 months on the new account. Let's go. Need that Diamond Stream link. You got to get on the Discord. Well,
all right. The next one that they say we're going to get is our first trailer for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I agree with this. This
Now,
is real.
We've been saying for a while we think they're going to show a first trailer for Thunderbolts. We know, I mean, so I don't think they're completely wrapped on it yet, but we know a number of the stars of the film are already done. Like David Harbour finished his the other week. I heard about one or two of the other cast members finished theirs the other week. They got to be getting really close to finishing the entire thing. And remember, they dropped their first trailer for the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie after they had only been shooting the movie for 2 weeks.
Yeah, true.
And they came to Comic-Con 2 weeks after they started shooting and still had a little teaser. So we've all thought this was going to happen. I'm going to go out and give 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree.
100%.
100%.
That we're going to get our first trailer for Thunderbolts. But I'll also tell you this. Unless you're going to Comic-Con, don't get too excited. Because they're going to show this to the audience at Comic-Con. I don't think they're going to drop it online.
Yeah, that's actually probably true. Mostly because the VFX will not be finished. So yeah, I expect that's probably true. Maybe we'll get some leak footage, maybe a description. But yeah, no, I think he's probably right.
Right?
Yeah, at least not for a while. At least not for a while. So there's that. All right. So I'm going to give 100% to the trailer for Thunderbolts. Next up, that they say is going to be happening at this Marvel Hall H presentation, is the full cast of Fantastic Four on stage.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Now, this, I think, is an absolute no-brainer, depending on how you define full cast.
Right, might not be Doom.
Because they made the announcement of our Fantastic Four, but we have, as of yet, had the opportunity to see all of them together. And wait a minute.
And also, like, are we talking Valeria? Are we talking Franklin?
And correct me if I'm wrong, did they not already start shooting?
No.
I thought I read
No, they start shooting right after Comic-Con. So I think they start the Monday after Comic-Con.
They might have started shooting
And that's in London. So, but, you know.
Movie already, or they start shooting it in, like the week. No, you know what? I think I'm wrong about that. I think they start shooting it the week after Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I think that's when they do. At any rate, so this is going to be the first time that they actually get the full cast together and get a
Noah says, since we have two chosen ones in Acolyte, that means Anakin has a long-lost twin brother, Rey Skywalker. Oh, shit, it all makes sense.
them on a stage. Now, of course, we're going to get our Galactus up there. We're going to get Pedro. We're going to get the whole squad up there, right? What a lot of people are going to be questioning is whether
he's going to say that, but I was going to say, is whether or not the mustache is gone. Guys, if we don't have a mustache on Red Hulk, but we do have a mustache on Reed Richards, It's Matt Smith says, quit pausing, Josh. Okay.
Dr. Doom. I get a ton of people ask me, when are we going to get the announcement for who's Dr. Doom? To which I reply, who cares?
What?
John,
who cares? Fucking me.
You said you think Dr. Doom's one of the greatest comic book villains of all time. Yes, but I'm not 100% sure Dr. Doom's even in the movie. And even if he is, I think it's just going to be a tiny, tiny spot. I think they're going to be focusing on Galactus primarily.
True. Yeah.
Silver Surfer a little
bit.
bit.
But you still want to see about Dr. Doom, John? What the fuck? Yeah, no, he's not going to be a lot in the movie, but he's Dr. Goddamn fucking mother-loving Doom.
And so even if they have Dr. Doom in this movie, I don't think Dr. Doom's going to be playing a very relevant role. So I don't know if they're ready to announce Doom yet. And so we'll see. We'll see. Or maybe they bring out Doom and then we find out he's got a lot more to do in the movie than we thought. But anyway, getting the cast, as far as the basic idea of getting the cast on stage, I gotta say that's 100%, because that's something we all thought was going to happen anyway. What's that?
Why wouldn't you do that? You know?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Right? And
yo, this dude in the bottom left corner is fucking lit up. And he's got the Xbox Live shirt on. I like this guy, man. And he is stony baloneyed, 100%.
needless listen, Kevin Feige at Comic-Cons past, he likes to do that.
Yeah.
He likes, I mean, he's the boss, right? He puts out word, I want you there. Even, I mean, sometimes I've been amazed at who they
That's
get
Ray.
to come out on
Well, I
stage
like
at
Ray.
Comic-Con. They literally fly them from London
He looks
or
like you.
Paris or New York or what. They literally fly them in
Yeah.
so they can come on stage for 15
Yeah, so really interesting here, and maybe he'll talk about it in a second when he starts yapping his goddamn face. But Simu Liu, Simu, Shang-Chi, he was cast officially in that role on a Tuesday. And yes, you're all thinking it. On a Tuesday, and was brought out that very same Saturday to say hi at Comic-Con. So that's how fast Feige moves. A lot of moving plates. And so things can happen pretty fast. Literally no one was thinking that. Wait, what?
seconds, say, and wave hands, and that's it. But Kevin likes it. So yeah,
Hell
why
yeah.
on earth would they not do it? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Liquid IV. You know, the Summer Olympics are here. I cannot wait for basketball.
Wait a minute. This motherfucker's putting 6-minute clips out on his channel with ads? God damn, dude. He's probably making a killing. Good for you, John. So wait a minute. 5 minutes. Wow. Okay. Good for you. Interesting. Interesting.
All track and field health. They've even
Vandalf the Black says, hey, Josh, take out your Doctor Doom. Wait a goddamn minute here. I lost it. Take out your Doctor Doom doll and do a version of Doom at Comic-Con. Also, do you think they tease Doom? Will that full-blown launch a film or just Doom? I think he could be the best film ever. I'm trying to think if I have a Doctor Doom in the room. I think I do. But let me see the rest of your question. Also, do you think they're going to tease Doom? Will that full-blown launch a film of just Doom? No, I don't think so. But there is still the possibility of a Doctor Doom series on top of that. If Doom is being saved for the end of the movie, considering the other stuff that I've heard about the end of the movie, I think we could be looking at Doom being very significant within Secret Wars and the multiverse overall. Okay, so that is pretty compelling and interesting to me. So I don't know if you'll get like a Doom show. That's a rumor, but you will get Doom being important to the overall multiverse. That I strongly believe. So, yeah. Josh, would you lose your mind if they bait and switch Giancarlo as Doom? No, I actually would like Giancarlo as Doom, but they're not going to do that, man. He's GW Bridge now, and they're happy. He's doing a whole show. They're not going to just make him Doom. It seems like they have other plans and other ideas for Doctor Doom. So, yes. Yes. Are they going to give Doom an accent? I hope so. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Chat, what should I have for lunch, man? What should I be munching on for lunch? GW Bridge is stupid. I like GW Bridge. I think it's cool. I think it'll be sweet. Wings? Dang, maybe. I haven't had wings in a little bit. I'm trying to get in shape, man, but maybe the wings is the move. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that shit, bro. Hey, bro, I don't know about that shit, bro. Hey, bro, I don't know about that shit, bro. Bro, I don't know about that shit, bro. Didn't he say no one has guessed his character? Yeah. I mean, who cares? These actors lie, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these people just be lying. Salad. I'm having a chicken Caesar salad right now. Ooh, okay. That sounds pretty good. GW is going to be the new Nick Fury since he's off tonguing aliens in space. God damn it. Probably right. Chipotle if you want something filling, semi-healthy. Ooh. Get a smash burger? Yeah, maybe I will. Hey, yeah, maybe I will, okay? Hey, maybe I freaking will. Okay, you don't talk to me like that. Hey, you don't talk to me like that, okay? Publix sub? We don't have Publix here, unfortunately. Like the Blue Beetle guy? God damn it. Wawa? We don't have Wawa here either, unfortunately. Dude, I miss the breakfast burritos. Wawa had the best breakfast burritos, dude. And their subs were pretty good, too. Panda Express. Ooh, okay. 500 Daredevil Cokes. No, thanks. You actually know about Publix? Yes. I forget where I had it, but it was pretty good. Royal Farm Chicken? What? Wawa has burgers now. Okay. Did you make it through your water fast? I did, but I made it to 24 hours, and then I ate. And you know what I ate? Literally like shredded chicken, salsa, some vegetable, and barbecue chips. And it was probably just because I was fasted for 24 hours, but holy shit, it was delicious. That was nice. That was really good. Wawa oversheets. Yeah, but I like Sonic a lot too. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go out to Sonic. Did you talk about Deadpool controller? Oh, yeah, with the butt. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I have a video coming out later today where I go over some of the reveals from the trailer yesterday. Kind of interesting. But, yeah, I saw that with the butt on the controller. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Sure. You know. Okay. I'm right. Okay. I'm right. Okay. Okay, chat. You know what else? Before we get out of here, I'll say this. Did y'all see the new update for No Man's Sky? Do you guys know what No Man's Sky is? Because they just did another free update, maybe the most significant update in the history of the game. And it looks kind of cool, dude. Yeah, man, I kind of want to try it out. Oh, no, Woolman Sky. Oh, okay, right on. Oh, okay. No Woolman Sky. CC Rider. The people need to know, indica or sativa. So I'm more of a sativa guy. Oh, wait. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I would say I'm more of a sativa guy. But you know what? The truth, man, is I've seen some recent evidence that all of that is actually fugazi. Meaning, so I have a family member that actually works in labs testing marijuana. And, you know, there's actually not a lot of scientific evidence that the strains actually metabolize differently or give you a different high. A lot of that is actually just mental. At least that's what I've been told. Hey, Moja, thanks for gifting a membership. It's okay that you're a stinky Redditor. I still love you. Nah, damn, that's cap. Nah, I mean, it might be placebo, bro. Yeah, it could be placebo. They cause schizophrenia sometimes. Yeah, that's actually true. Some people, probably a small portion of people, but some people, if they are susceptible to schizophrenia or they're genetically predisposed, marijuana can actually be very bad for those people. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Yep. That's why I only use meth, says Etosuke. Okay, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at 7:30, if you're a member, come on by. We're going to be deep diving on Deadpool's butthole. It's going to be fantastic. I'll see you there. Tomorrow, maybe we'll do something stream-wise, but otherwise, there'll just be some videos. Friday, we'll be back at it, and Friday night, we'll have a Diamond Lounge, and we're going to talk about all kinds of political shit. We're going to get so fucking mad at each other and rage about this voting that happens every 4 years. And don't worry, this time, it's really going to matter and change the world. I know it didn't make a difference all the other times, but this time, this 4-year cycle, this arbitrary date and election, this one really matters. Not like before. So we're going to talk about that. We'll get real mad at each other. That'll be real fun. Saturday morning, we're going to watch Deadpool #1. It's going to be cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, your attention, the support. You guys are amazing. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Ah, another happy landing. You know, I dream of a day when Star Wars isn't bullshit. And we can get excited. And hey, look, maybe maybe Skeleton Crew's going to be dope. Ahsoka Season 2, high hopes there. Mandalorian and Grogu movie, maybe. You did a 72-hour fast? How dare you? How dare you say that? How dare you bring that up in my chat? How dare you super chat that when I'm trying to say goodbye to everybody? God damn it. Let's see if it does your TTS. Let's see if it even does it.
Josh, I did a 72-hour fast. I don't even have your fat reserves.
God damn it! I do have some pretty good fat reserves, especially in my big old dump truck ass. You know what I'm saying? Okay, everybody, listen. Yeah, I gotta change it to $9.99. I don't know how Rossi gets away with this. You know. Okay. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll keep on keeping it on, breaking down all the nerdy news, giving you guys all the best hot takes that you get real mad about. Take care of yourself. And take care of each other. Open up your third eye. And wash out your stinky. Reddit replying. But what the heck? Keaton Haas, Rebel Moon wasn't good. You think the R-rated ones will be better? Yeah, I'm gonna check them. I'm gonna check them out. I might not admit that I check them out unless they're really good, and then I'll be like, "Yo, I watched them. They were dope." Hey, later, Rossi. Everybody, peace out. Much love.